What's good, world? I might be back with another MMA, boxing, just some mixed martial arts, the whole world of fighting. I'm gonna be here to talk about some shit because I like talking shit. Anyways, this video ain't even to talk shit. This video might be to golly, I can't even believe we made it to this far. I think Jake Paul's on like 11 fights now, and we didn't witness this shit. Why? I don't know how, why, but somebody allowed this shit, and now it's getting serious, and now somebody might actually have to pay for it. Bro, Jake Paul talking about he's gonna go from boxing to eventually he wants to do politics. Jake Paul's about to go from YouTuber boxer to president in 20 years and shit, and we don't even see it coming. And everybody's talking about and waiting for the day that Jake Paul loses in a boxing match. Now, I get into what I'm going to say. First, I want to say that this weekend is going to have a bunch of great fights on the card. I get no money for supporting this. I just want to say it because people should know that there's... But if you come in just for the main event, know that before the main event, Holly Holm's on that bitch. And if you don't got Holly Holm, Yolanda says she's beating the fuck out of Holly Holm, and Holly Holm time is been passed. So if that didn't make you hype enough, if you a UFC fan, if you should know Holly Holm's coming to see what's up about that. Just summarizing this for my people in the back. Floyd Schofield, I hope I say that right, is going up against Tevin Farmer. A lot of people probably know Tevin Farmer. A lot of people probably know Floyd Schofield. But I bet you a lot of people didn't know they were fighting on the card. I didn't even know. And I watch boxing. I watch every event, even the trash ones. So, if you're missing this fight and the only thing you follow is the shit talk they do, you're going to have a big problem because this is going to be a big fight. This is going to be not only a big fight, this is going to be a tale of the skill, tale of the tape, like they be saying. And to the next fight, and Avious, Griffin, and Julian Roger. Listen, all I want to say, I can name everybody on this damn card and say the same thing for every single person. All I want y'all to know is these Jake Paul be actually pulling out people that are ready to fight. And don't sleep on this card. UFC's gonna have a great night. But Jake Paul put together a pretty good card over here in the boxing world. So make sure y'all go see what's up over here if you're a fan of just in general fighting, sports, mixed martial arts, everything all together. If you're a fan of it, Jake Paul put together a crazy card. And he got the women on there. He got Holly Holm coming out of there. I thought she was done and shit. I thought she just signed with the GFL or the whatever the hell. Anyways, to get to my whole point, that's the card point I wanted to talk about. You know, Jake's really changing the game with that. And like I said before, Turkey better be happy. I mean, not Turkey, but Turkey and Eddie Hearn and all these promoters better be happy somebody like Jake Paul came around to risk his popularity. Because if he loses, it's done. You know what I'm saying? If he loses his popularity, boxing goes back to what it was. And a lot of people don't watch boxing. And I'm being for real with y'all. A lot of people are losing interest in boxing. A lot of fighters are skipping out on fights. A lot of fighters want too much money. A lot of fighters are getting in the ring and they're running around. A lot of fighters are waiting till one person gets old enough so they can fight them. One person waits till the other person's damn near on their deathbed to fight them. The other person, waits till they hear this person's injured here. And then these fighters are going into fights injured. And then when they leave, they complain about how they... I could literally sit here and name a million reasons why boxing is getting worse if Jake Paul leaves. Jake Paul made this Crawford and Canelo shit even happen. And I'm telling you this because it's right in our face. Let me grab a drink real quick. It's right in our face. Ugh. Jake Paul made boxing lit again. He showed us that it's fun in the sport also, other than money being involved and running around the ring. And that's what Jake Paul shows us when he gets in that boxing ring, that there is still fun involved. There's still training and all the hard work, but there's still fun involved in the risk you take when you get in that ring. And that's what's dope about Jake fighting. I'm not trying to be a follower or a dick rider or nothing like that, like people like to say. I'm just saying what it is. A lot of these other fighters are getting in the ring and they're fucking terrible to fucking watch because they're just not entertaining. They're not risking nothing. They don't get in there to risk nothing. They get in there to fucking win, and we already know what they're gonna do to win. And if that's jab the whole fucking time and while staying in a distance and running, then that's just what you want to do. But that's just not entertainment. And Jake Paul brings the entertainment automatically by putting his risk of losing on the line. Something that Floyd had after building that name. Instead, Jake comes with that because everybody just wants to see him lose. Julio César Chávez Jr. said that he trained the... Let me say this again. So, the clip is good. Jake Paul versus Julio César Chávez is going to be a very good tale to see what Jake Paul and what boxing really looks like together, like in a ring. Because Julio said he trained the hardest he ever trained for this fight. His dad said that he trained the hardest he ever trained for that. He said Julio's going to knock him out. He said all that stuff. Jake Paul's just little old Jake Paul, YouTuber and Jake Paul, right? Everybody still feels that way. It's still little old Jake Paul. So keep that same energy. Because now he's getting deeper into it. Soon they want to give him a rank. In the actual boxing world, they want to give Jake Paul a rank. And soon we're going to have to see him fight for a belt. And then y'all still going to be calling him YouTuber Jake Paul. And 20 years from now, who knows where he might be. That's crazy. Jake can do whatever he wants, and that's what the dope thing about his career path that he set for himself and the risk that he's willing to take when he puts himself on the line. And not to be following or chasing anybody else and what they do, I just pay attention to how people move in a lot of videos that they talk and interviews, and I listen to them, just people when they're not around, you know? When they're on everybody's podcast and see if they say the same shit every damn time. And Jake's willing to just be himself no matter where he is. And you should be able to see the difference. If you just watch the interviews between Jake and Logan, you could automatically tell why people would choose listening to Jake over Logan. Because you can see the fakeness. It don't make sense. That's why Logan makes sense in wrestling and Jake can tell you how it is and you don't like it. And it makes money because that's what happens in this world. But, appreciate you guys. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Jake Paul. Julio César Chávez Jr. versus Jake Paul. Saturday, I'm pretty sure. 8 p.m. Like it says right here. Bow. Don't miss the card, bro. The whole card's going to be lit. And if you watch the UFC, you should be able to watch both. Appreciate y'all. Check y'all out. Hit the comments, hit the likes, hit the whatever. I'm still new at this, but we going to build it. I'm not worried. Appreciate y'all. Sheesh.